that's fun. Why is this boy not working? There we go. Save. Okay. Now where is this? Oops. So, want to do a little painting on her. So we're gonna do some of the gold stuff that we didn't finish yesterday. Yeah. So yeah, I worked on her base a little bit. I'll just to the side because there's no one here yet, but just for people watching the VOD. So put some grass on it, then I reprimed everything, and then I used the airbrush to kind of spray everything, which is why everything looks kind of soft. I haven't gone back in with the hairy brush yet. But yeah, I laid down the grass, and then it felt kind of flat, so I have these nice shrubby thingies. I think I got from Oliver Spaeth. He has like a little box of plant life you can get. I think it's from the Meadow box. But if you're in Europe, you can also just buy these plant things directly. But he makes just like a nice little sample box. It looks kind of flat without her. And from behind, it probably doesn't look great, but close enough. So I think with her on it, it looks pretty good. Because like before it was just grass, and I was looking at some other plant stuff that I have, and nothing. I don't want something that's tall. It's like a tree because I don't want something huge. I thought these bushes, shrubbery things were kind of a nice height. I tried to kind of have them go. Oops, it's still attached. Okay. I'll need to make sure everything's properly attached before we're all said and done. But I was messing with some of these as well. So these are from something. It's a Russian shop. You can get their stuff through the UK right now because, reasons. If you look at Calibrimbor's Forge's Insta, they also have done stuff with them. It looks like CAHICK something, whatever. But they're little photo etch plants and such. So very thin brass with little details. So I was trying to figure out if these look okay on here. I have some different ones too, so I might mess around with some stuff a little bit more. Or if like this gets like too crazy different from like the shrubbery. I may go in and make the grass a little bit darker as well. It's kind of bright right now. So make it like darker, richer green. Yeah, so that's where we're at. So still a ways to go on the figure herself. Yeah. Okay, so now she's seated. And then while I'm talking and not painting, here we can do a quick little the other project that's been going on update. So I got some bits. These are the faces that we looked at a while ago that I made a mold of. So I'm just kind of laying out some bits to see how I feel about them. So like some sort of column with these faces on it. I was looking at King's Manor in York. They have an interesting door with some interesting columns on it. So I was using that for inspiration. So we'll see. We'll see how crazy we get. The reason why there's all this black stuff in here looks like it's set, so that's good. I'll probably wait for it to set overnight and then sand it back down a little bit because it's a little bit too raised. But I added some filler. There's like 3 layers of the thinner plastic art in here, just from scraps from other parts of the project, because the door was just a little too far inset when I was testing it out. And speaking of the door, here is the door. So those stone face bases that I made molds of, and have a whole bag of casts, quote unquote, of those molds. I broke off single faces from some pieces, sanded them and cleaned them up. Then I took some of my wire that I use for pinning, wrapped it around some larger steel rods that I use for like busts and basing and stuff like that, to make little handles. Then I took a small ball of milliput, put it on the door, put the ring on there, squished the face in, made everything as smooth as I could. Yeah, it needs a little bit of cleanup. It's a little bit rough in some places, but I'll just take a little bit of sandpaper and get that right as rain. This lion face isn't going to have the whole like shield around it. This is like a shield you would use for converting something to have a lion shield. I would just take the face and then put it there. And similar for this is also a shield, so I'll trim off the more shieldy bits. This was like a side of a thing that you would put on a tank or something, I don't know. But it's a wolf because it's the Black Knight and the Black Knight's a dog. And another good reason to have it that I won't get into. So, getting there. But, yeah, looks like it's going to be a quiet stream today. That's fine. I'll maybe get some actual stuff done. So hopefully, whoever watches the VOD enjoyed that. Because I'm not going to do it again today. But let's get some painting done. Hey Dee, how are you doing? Having fun with your Chimera challenge yet? I'm just getting all my paints on my palette. I was just walking through some basing stuff that I was working on, just to get that out of the way. Oh yeah, it's early for you. It's, what, 6 a.m.? Somewhere in that ballpark? Nice. What'd you think of the end results? Happy with it? Unhappy with it? Never want to paint with just Chimera again? Oops. Guess we knock over the water bottle. Okay. So let's... Was it just like having to get your same mixes mixed up over and over again? Was that the hard part, or was it the paint itself? Because I've been talking with Sammy, because she's also been working on it. She said she was not having fun with the paints, which is a bummer, but I know some people love Chimera and some people hate Chimera, so Oops. That better not be glued on. Okay, good. We're good. We're good. Pro is drinking water very loudly in the other room. Yeah, mixing browns is surprisingly hard. That's why I was really jazzed about the expansion set, because it finally had some brown tones. But I don't really like the browns that are in it. They're kind of pain in the butt to use. So hopefully the ones in the Chimera Kickstarter are nice, because I do like the Cartacci browns quite a bit, but they're not single pigment. Just a short stream today. As we just finished this gold that we didn't finish last time. Yeah? What do you think of it? Yep. Told you. And you doubted me. Yep. That and Arbuckle's brown, which is what I use for the basing the gold here from Scale Fantasy. The coverage of this is not as good, but it's like a nice purpley brown, where the mahogany is kind of a more reddy brown. So I like to use both of those. The Fantasy and Games colors will also have a little bit more satiny finish than the Pro Acryl stuff. Yeah. Let's see. What happened today? So work, I tried to deploy something, but Google, all our stuff is hosted on like the Google Cloud stuff. And Google Cloud had an outage with the logging all day. So we couldn't see the logs for our services, so I was like, let's not deploy instead. So that was fun. It's great. Yeah, I keep being told to go try Rhinoxide, but I've not been to my GW store in a while, or wanted to order any GW minis to like put paint in the order as well. So someday. But yeah, let's see. The Thor: Love and Thunder preview came out. Looks very good. Very excited for that. Apparently part of Twitter wanted to say that Taika Waititi sucks or something, which I don't know why. But I guess it's just Twitter being Twitter. Yeah. I mean, Ragnarok is one of, if not my favorite Marvel movies. So, this looks like that, but even more, so I'm excited. Then I don't know. My grandma sent me some socks, so that's fun. They got corgis on them. It's great. Some more socks. Good stuff. And that's about it. An easy Monday to start off the week. Oh. Little Poe Bear. So there's like a few times a day where Poe is like he wants to play. I've got like mostly like this kind of fake wood floor in my apartment that's a little bit slick. And he's usually very good at navigating it. Like he like turned very quickly to grab a toy next to him, and he just kind of like body slammed the floor because he just slipped. I was like, ah, but he's okay. He's a beefy, sturdy boy, so he's good. Didn't faze him at all. Bugs are fun. They're silly little dogs. Ben Layton, who's another painter, I think you're on his Discord, maybe? Yes. The dirty paint water in. Sounds like, yeah, he's got one, and it's a silly little weirdo. Oh, you're not a fan? Yeah, I'm yeah. So I will say, I mean, Poe can be pretty dumb, but he's also like pretty smart. He's not like Shiba Inu smart. Like Shibas are pretty like notoriously smart and like they'll get themselves into trouble kind of way. But he has like good memory and stuff. He's also like very empathetic, which is interesting. He's very good at sensing my mood and reacting to it. But yeah, he's a great dog. I got a corgi because I pet set my friend's when he was out of town, and I was like this. I knew I wanted a dog, but I wasn't sure what kind of dog. And I kind of knew that I wanted to do like the whole puppy experience at least once, which is hard to do with like rescues and such because most of the time they're not puppies anymore. Gormless? I don't know what Gormless is. Oops. Slipped. Sounds like. Oh, okay. Poe is pretty good. Like sit, stay, come here. He's good at. I couldn't get lay down to work because he's already so low to the ground. So like the way you're supposed to train him is like you get them to sit and then you pull the treat down in front of them. But you just kind of bend over and grab it. And I was just like, I tried that for like several weeks just to get him to lay down and try different variations. And I was just like, well, he's low enough. So, whatever. But occasionally he just gets too excited about things still. Especially at the dog park. If he had like, for a point to him being smart. He knows, like, our dog park has like fake grass and all that stuff, and then there's a hose to go hose off if your dog kind of makes a mess. But he's learned that if someone's dog poops and picks it up, they're likely going to go grab the hose. So he'll just like follow them because he likes to get sprayed by the hose for some reason. He hates all other form of water besides like drinking it, but like he loves to get sprayed by the hose. I don't know why. I think he picked it up from his brother, who's my friend's dog that I was watching. So yeah, I have to like keep an eye out if someone's dog is about to poop, so I can just go grab hose so he doesn't run in front of the hose or like try to get wet and all that stuff. Okay. I wonder if that's where Gorm came from in Kingdom Death, the term. I would imagine so. But yeah, I guess backtracking. Watched my friend's Corgi, and I was deciding what kind of dog to get. Liked it a lot, so then I got a Corgi from the next litter that his breeder had. So his Corgi and my Corgi are technically brothers because they have the same mom and dad, just separate litters. But they moved about a year or two ago, sometime during the pandemic. I don't know. I'm really bad at keeping track of time during this. I think it was 2020 when they moved, which is wild to think about. Okay, there's some gold. Let's jump up to the arms, I think. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. The average Corgi's not that smart, but they're smart, fun dogs. I will say, like, just know that they are herding dogs. So like if you have kids or something, oftentimes they'll try to herd the children. Like every now and then when I'm watching Poe, like he'll like bump my heels and stuff like that. Like he won't bite or anything like that, but he just kind of nudges me to get attention. And then the one thing that a lot of people seem to have misconception is like they think, oh, it's a corgi. He's a tiny little dog with short little legs. He's gonna be slow. No. Cause I've had a bunch of people on like the elevator be like, oh, I want a corgi because it'd be like a easy to catch dog, like can't run away. I'm like, my good sir, this dog can run faster than Usain Bolt. Yeah, Dobermans are cool. The other dog breed that I was debating getting was a golden retriever because I grew up with them. And I've always just been a big fan of them. They're big, stupid, silly dogs. And I'm also like another breed that and I have considered if we ever get like another dog, which probably wouldn't be for a long time, is a German Shepherd. Even though the only dog I've ever had a bad experience with was a German Shepherd, but it was my fault, so I don't begrudge them. I was meeting a family friend's German Shepherd to like pet sit it, and it was a very excitable dog and a very big dog, and I was not like tall yet then. So like came rushing over to me and like wanted to sniff my hands, and I did the stupid thing, which is raise your hands up, and then the dog jumped up and hit me right in the face with its nose and chipped my tooth. And this was like 2 weeks before I was supposed to go to a music camp, which I play clarinet, so you kind of need your front teeth. Oops. So that was fun. Yeah. Very cool. Yeah, herding dogs are fun, but you gotta work them out a lot. Yeah, basically that encounter taught me always just let the dog sniff your hands. It's easier for everyone. And I will say, yeah, it was. I've had everything except for a root canal. I think is like the only like major tooth thing I haven't had done. So that's been fun. But the one thing I will say, if you do get a corgi, just make sure you socialize the dog a lot. I don't think I've ever met a corgi that's like bad with people. Like Poe's only oddity with people is like kids one-on-one he's really good with, especially in like a private enclosed space. But like if we're out in public or like there's a lot of kids, he's not like he's not like violent or anything, but he's definitely like he'll swerve them. Like if they come to try to pet him, he's like, no thank you, I'm good. Which is understandable. Okay. Yeah. I had the whole braces thing, yada yada. I had 3 teeth extractions, and then the adult teeth wouldn't come in, so I had 3 teeth like excavations or whatever. And then because of that, the gum was all weird, so I had a gum graft. And then I had like the normal wisdom teeth thing and all that stuff. Hoods on people he's fine with. He doesn't like seeing other dogs wearing the cone of shame. I think just because it brings back bad memories for him. Like he used to love going to the vet, and then he got neutered, and now he hates the vet. Like he gets very scared, and it's very sad. But yeah, dog's great. Highly recommend. Yeah. I do like Seattle a lot because there are just so many dogs. I think we have, like in downtown, we have more dogs per capita than people or children. It's great. All right, see ya. Have a nice day. Thanks for stopping by and chatting. Yeah. So the only goal for today is to get these cold bits done. I may go back in. We'll see what time it is once this gold stuff is done. We may go back in and touch up some of the steel. Let's see. I'm debating how far I want to push this piece in terms of like going back and cleaning things up. Because on one hand, I want to like paint more stuff. Not spend forever on everything, and I feel like I've been spending longer on pieces, but I think that's because I'm not working on them off stream as much, if at all, besides getting base stuff done. And the stuff I'm working on off stream isn't painting lately, it's base stuff, so I think that's one of the reasons why it feels like I've slowed down over the last couple months a lot, especially compared to January where I was knocking out all that KDM stuff. But this is also basically losing like what's it? Basically like 3rd anniversary of mini painting. So this is I guess the 3rd anniversary project essentially. Since I started in April 2019. So it might be good to push a little bit. Okay. So I was watching more Not Just Bikes before I started streaming tonight. My little not like urban, well, I guess it's like city design, urban planning kind of channel. How things can be better. And talking about like how office parks in other countries are not abysmal wastelands like they are in North America. I don't know if you've ever been to an office park, but they are horrible places to be. But they showed an example of like how they look in the Netherlands, and they're very nice. And you can get there via public transport easily. Sorry, this is so I'm blocking it completely. Good job. The screen's a little too vibrant that I was glazing in there, but that's okay. Let's see. that good enough for now? Not quite. Okay, let's jump over to the other gauntlet. So let me see. I pinged. Friends being stupid in a good way. Let's make sure we're in frame. There we go. There we go. Okay. So I did get my miniature picked out for the painting relay that we're doing on the Kingdom Death Discord. So hopefully the guy I'm sending it to likes it. We'll see. Tried to follow the criteria of something I think would be fun to paint, but I don't see myself getting to anytime soon. And then also like something that I haven't seen him post on socials as something he's painted or done, because he paints a lot of Kingdom Death. And I saw some of his shop orders and I didn't see this many in it. So hopefully he hasn't painted it before. Or I guess if he has painted it before, that's fine. Sometimes it's fun to revisit minis, so maybe that's not the end of the world. Yeah, I do like the painting relay concept. I think it's kind of neat, and I might try to suggest it in a couple of other discords. Basically, the idea is we're kind of accelerating it just because it's a small group, and shipping right now is a little bleh. So we're doing it all at once. But the general idea is someone starts it off by sending a unpainted miniature to the next person in line. That person paints that miniature and then also picks an unpainted miniature and sends both of them to the next person in the line. So basically you'll receive a painted miniature and you'll give away a unpainted miniature. So the last person in the line just sends a painted miniature to the first person in the line. But we're doing a more like accelerated way. So everyone is sending an unpainted miniature right now, and then we're all gonna paint them by the end of May is the timeline we're saying, and then sending them off to the next person. I won't paint that one on stream because we're gonna try to keep them all secret from each other, just so there's like some more surprise around it. So that should be cool. I think I may. It depends on what mini I get from the person in front of me. But might use this as a chance to do a slightly larger base than just like a little round gaming base, and ship it and see if it survives. Because if it doesn't survive, I mean it sucks, but it's not the end of the world. But if it does survive, then yeah, I figured out how to package larger base things successfully. Because I have to figure out how to package that big base that I'm working on right now. My current thought is before I get too much farther into it, I should go to the hardware store. Here I can grab it so you can see what I'm talking about. Oh, it says I can almost do it. How much wiggling do I have to do? Sorry. Not much wiggling. Maybe I'll just go wiggle after all this. Wiggle around the house. Apartment. So here's my plinth. So this was a 10 by 10 centimeter plinth I got from Terra Model Maker that I slapped this onto. You can see it's not fully sanded flush just yet, but it's getting there. So one way I've seen people package larger display bases, I guess that's is that the drill hole? Anyways, one way I've seen people package larger bases is they get a Tupperware container and they like drill through the Tupperware container and then up into the base, and then the Tupperware container surrounds the whole thing, and then you fill that up with like some soft packaging, and then around that you have soft packaging, so that way it is like fully enclosed and like it can't get dented and all that stuff, and then yeah, so it's a little bit safer. So what I'm thinking is go to Ace or whatever hardware store I can find, if there's some local ones as well, that are actually easier for me to go to, so I'll probably go to those, and get some like I forget what they're called off the top of my head, but you can buy like little threaded inserts, I think that's just what they're called, and drill them in and glue them in and get matching screws, and then eventually find some large container that can fit this. I hope I can find some Tupperware that can fit this, and then screw it all in. So, because I don't want to just put this in a box, because I don't think it would survive. Maybe it would, but with this tall thing, yeah, I just don't want to risk that. I think it needs to be in some sort of Tupperware or some sort of box in a box. But anyways, okay, back to what we were doing. We were painting it gold. If this would make a tip, that would be nice. Okay. Hey Sammy, how are you? You just missed Diddy. He talked about his Chimera thing. He says it's all wrapped up and that it was exhausting. So how's your Chimera challenge thing going? me scoot over. There we go. Nice. Are your general thoughts on the Chimera paint range still kind of unchanged? Blight King. Is that a GW mini or is it a Warcraft thing? I'm guessing it's a GW thing. It sounds like it's some sort of, yeah. I was gonna say chaos, but I was like, but gross. In this Nurgle, I think. I don't know. Are they chaos or are they something else? I think they're chaos. Someday I'll learn GW stuff, maybe, possibly. Who's to say? I do like that. The Skaven Underworlds warband. I don't really care too much about like the Skaven themselves, but I think like the basing and stuff is really cool. But yeah. Anyways, let's do some gold. Yeah. Like, they're cool minis, the new Underworld tour band. It's just not, like, jumping out at me like the vampires or the, I guess, speaking of Nurgle, I think it was Nurgle that I got. Chaos Warriors one. I'll try to do at least one of those this year at some point when we're feeling like doing a little unit. Yeah. For on your Nurgle, what were you shooting for? So I don't know why I'm... Well, we'll do a rough painting on this, it's okay. Like, super pale, kind of dead looking skin, or just super pale in general? Okay. I think that's maybe where like underpainting can come into it. Like have more saturated layers. Yeah. Because it's very easy to desaturate things, but it's harder to add saturation to them, generally. So if you start out super saturated, you can just kind of keep pushing it more towards desaturated. Keep going from there. If you don't have it and you're in the market for some paints, the Fantasy Pro Malefic paint set, like these guys and these guys, I really like for kind of more dead, desaturated kind of skin that still has some color. I also just like this forest color, or forest skin color quite a bit. You gonna focus for me? There we go. It's just a nice green, black color. Yeah, so there's that one, and then there's the one that everyone always raves about, which is the Fairy Flesh set, which is for more like saturated, lively Caucasian skin tones. I highly recommend both of those. I think they're nice colors. They have like a nice, they're very thick. They're like slightly different from like model color Vallejo. Like they really need to be shook. I like them a lot. There's also like these cool like, are these? Yes. No. Like this kind of like bluish cold flesh. So, and each one comes with like a little guide for like, here's how you paint blue flesh. Here's how you paint purple flesh, green flesh, or just normal dead flesh, or a super vibrant one, or a more realistic one, depending on the set. I don't think I have those guides anymore because I kind of came up with my own way of doing things, but yeah, it happens. Yeah, I was talking to there was someone in a Discord who's struggling with like scale color paints. Like they're relatively new, and they like just saw everyone was like, "Oh, scale color is the best. Get scale color." And while I do like scale color quite a bit, it is challenging in some regards, and they were running into a lot of the challenges I ran into. Namely, it doesn't always have. Oops, sorry, off screen a little bit. It doesn't always have the best coverage, so like doing your base coats with it can kind of suck. Depending on the color, like some of the colors are pretty great at coverage, and some of them are pretty and then the other big one is just like flow. It's not a gel medium, but it's a gel-like medium that's in scale color. It's very thick and behaves kind of differently from like your Vallejos and such. But what makes it hard is like if you want a nice flow from it, you have to thin it down, and then eventually like you get it so thin that then okay, you have like a glaze or a wash. Like to get it to a point where it flows nicely off your brush sometimes. So the fix for that for me, which is what I kept recommending to them, is Flow Aid or Flow Improver. Just having a little dollop of that on your palette and dipping your brush in it and mixing it around gets it so you don't have to thin it down so much that it flows off your brush nicely, because it helps reduce the surface tension so it flows a lot better. Yeah, so you don't run into the issues of like over thinning, but you still get the nice kind of flowy action. Like the new end paints. So the paints I was just showing you, like they say Nocturna on them, but these are not what Nocturna makes anymore. But this is what the Nocturna line used to be. So it's the Vallejo Fantasy Pro in partnership with Nocturna. I have heard very mixed things about the end paints. I know one of my friends really like avidly hates them, but your mileage may vary. I've been tempted to pick them up a few times myself. I know Nocturna does sales pretty regularly, so I would wait until they have a sale to buy them. Like They just had one a few weeks ago, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with my paints at the moment. I don't feel like there's, I think like brown is still like a big weak spot in my paint range. I have like a few browns that I like and can mix a few that I like, but like that kind of mid brown area I don't have too much. So that's something I want to expand on. I have a bunch of reds, but I usually just use the Chimera stuff now for red. Okay, sorry about that. Very thin lines, need to see that I'm painting the right thing for the most part. It's almost 11. So yeah, we can wrap up the gold on this quiver. But looking forward into the week, I will I'll stream on Wednesday because I'm doing normal Wednesday stuff on tomorrow, and then on Friday I will not be able to stream because I will be eating fancy dinner instead. Thank you. No one's ever going to see this quiver, so this is a stream exclusive because it's going to be on the back, and I'm probably not going to take photos of the back because no one cares about the back. We're just practicing this for the front. It sounds like, yeah, I'll be eating fancy dinner on Friday. And then I'll stream on the normal Sunday. Because I think Saturday I might try to see if people want to hang out in Ben's Discord or something. Or I'll just have more date night stuff. We'll see. It is not new to me. We went there last year for our anniversary. It is Bateau. Bateau. I think is how you say it. It's a beef place. A beef place. It's in Capitol Hill. It is quite good. It is not cheap. I will forewarn with that. But it's like one of those places where basically they have a chalkboard with all the cuts of meat they have for that day because they basically do like a cow a day or something, and it's all like dry aged. So you pick your cut of meat. You pick what fat you want on it. So you do like bone lard or butter or what have you. And they have sides and drinks. But it is one of the best meals I've ever had last time we went there, so yeah. Like my favorite, if you're ever in Seattle, here I'll run down my favorite food places in Seattle. This is not like this is more of a hip chill kind of steakhouse thing. It's like more French vibes. Like all the plates are like these cool like the plates like your grandma might have, or it's like the like china with like the fancy patterns and like silly cows and cat crows on them. Like are all kind of mismatched. The vibes for the restaurant are really nice. It's not like what El Gaucho was or anything, or like there's like Butcher's Table downtown too, which is like the other big steakhouse. It's kind of it's not like super business. Butcher's Table's not like super businessman-y. It's a little bit more like hip, but like I like the vibe in Beto. It's nice and quiet. There was like we did sit next to a couple last time we were there that like the guy was just like trying to showboat and stuff, and it's like okay, whatever. But yeah, they have really good fries too. So, but yeah, favorite restaurants in Seattle or the greater Seattle area. If you ever have a chance to come here, or if you live here in the area. Kamoneki in Fremont/Wallingford. It's like on the border, I think. It's like right off of 99 when you get into the Fremont-Wallingford area. It is a soba place where they like handmade buckwheat soba, and it's like a really small kind of like it looks like a little hole in the wall kind of thing. Like it's a very small restaurant with a silly duck on the side. But just really solid food. All the sides and appetizers are great. The soba is amazing. A+. And it's like, it's not like the cheapest thing. Like it's like, I would say it's like mid-price. Like one of the reasons why it's my favorite, or possibly my favorite, is because like it's a nice meal, but it's not going to break the bank. So that's good. If you go there, I highly recommend the kabocha wings, which is, or I think it's kabocha. It's like a squash, tempura fried squash with like wing sauce on it, essentially. Like not like American wing sauce, but yeah. And if I generally do recommend getting a reservation just because it's, yeah. It's next to a Midnight Cookies, and there's a bar down the street which is like their sister bar called Hanateo, which if you ever go to Kamonegi and it's busy because like you go there on a whim and it's busy and you can't get a seat, go to Hanateo because they have good drinks. You can get like flights of sake recommended by the chef, which is great, and then you can like just the bar food's really good. Yeah, highly recommend Kamonegi. And another favorite is Il Nido, which is in West Seattle, kind of like on Alki Beach. Really good pasta. That's like the long and short of it. If you're familiar with Il Corvo, that was the restaurant in downtown in Pioneer Square that closed a while ago. It closed during the pandemic. I think they're reopening way out east somewhere, like way beyond Seattle, like almost like I don't know, not I can't remember any other cities right now, but somewhere way out east. But it is very good. Reservations fill up quickly, but if you look for like you can sign up on their reservation thing to get notifications for people canceling. So oftentimes you can get somebody canceling last minute and then go there. But of course, yeah, we so our our pandemic thing was like, let's try a bunch of places like takeout. It's like Kamanagi had been to before the pandemic, but they did like a takeout menu that was really good. So we ate there a lot. But yeah, so we I think we've kind of fallen into a groove lately where we're just like, we have the places we like now. So we just kind of go to them repeatedly, but it's fine. It's good. One of the main ones that we go to a lot lately is Rachel's Ginger Beer / Maono, because we like a good fried chicken sandwich, and they got a good fried chicken sandwich, and they got good drinks. Because not only do they have just like non-alcoholic ginger beer, but they have ginger beer cocktails on tap. It's good stuff. Yeah. There's also like the restaurant week that Seattle does, which is pretty cool. I guess just to round out Italian food. 2 other good places for like pasta, Barolo and Cinque Terre, which are like right next to each other. They're pretty good. They're not like as life-changing as like Il Nido, but it's decent if you want like a nice dinner. And my 2 favorite pizza places in Seattle are Rocco's, which is in Belltown. Just kind of good big slices. And Cornelli, which is in Capitol Hill. They do sourdough crust pizza. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, I think that's like the thing, right? Like there are a lot of stinkers out there. We've had generally pretty good luck trying places. I think the only place we've been that we tried that I don't really care to go back to is, it's a brunch place in Queen Anne, like Lower Queen Anne, and I can't remember the name of it because I just kind of excised it from my memory, because it's like, it was very expensive and it just wasn't great. So I was like, It had like beignets and like a bajillion eggs benedicts, and everything's just kind of like, it's fine, but it's not. There's much better breakfast places to go to. So most of the other places we've been have been. I think one other place that we went to that was decent, but like we won't go back for the main thing there, was Milk Bar, I think is what it's called, in Beacon Hill. We went there because we like, as I mentioned with Maono, we like fried chicken sandwiches, and we like go to places, and we're making a list of like our favorite fried chicken sandwich in Seattle because, I don't know, we got bored. But we went there. They have really good soft serve, and they have like mozzarella sticks that are like, I don't know, you can see the inch grade back in the back over. They're like this big. Like it's just like, I don't know, it's like a brick that's a mozzarella stick. They're tasty. Oh, we got rated. Thank you, Teal. How you doing? You came to me talking about food, because I don't know, I couldn't think of anything else to talk about. So we're talking about my favorite restaurants in the place that I live. But I'll wait for you all to get past the ad wall and for my camera to focus. Well, I remember someone saying that there's no ad walls for raids, but I don't think that's right, because I'm pretty sure. Hey! That's good to hear. What were you guys working on tonight? I'm not going to be streaming for too much longer because I need to go to bed at a somewhat reasonable hour. But we're gonna wrap up this gold on this quiver, and then we're gonna call it good. I do need to. I hate this steel metal, so we'll be fixing that. Nice. How do you like those minis? I've not heard too much about them. I've not picked any up because I don't know. Sometimes Steamforge is fine mini quality wise, and sometimes they're not so fine. I'll say it that way. I do miss when they made resin and metal minis, because now they're just PVC. I would do a shout out, but there are only 2 people here, and I'm pretty sure they already follow you, so but I can do it anyways, just for making sure everything still works. Let's see. Hey, it still works. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay. Yeah. PVC is not fun to clean. I have like the Marvel United figures, and it's always a drag trying to get the mold lines cleaned up on them. I usually just give up and not clean them up. It's usually just not worth the effort. Although what actually ends up happening is I'll say I give up and not clean them up, and then I'll start painting them and be like, wow, these mold lines are annoying, and then I'll clean them up, and then I have to reprime. It's great. Yeah, I remember Marco Frazzoni, he did a video with some God Tier minis a while ago, and he like used plastic cement to get rid of the mold lines, which to me didn't make too much sense, because it's not polystyrene, right? I guess it's an offshoot of it, so maybe it works a little bit to soften things. I don't know. I'll try that on a mini that I don't like and see what happens. Nice. It's always good. Oh, I forgot about the bag. Yeah, I'll have to double check that. Like, don't just like take my word for it and like put it on a mini. I would go double check, but Yeah, this little one's been lasting me quite a while. I like their little itty bitty ones. For bigger brushes, I like Raphael is my general go-to. Yeah, I don't. I've only ever bought this one. Well, I have this one, and I have this, or this. I have this 0, and this 1. And the 1 kind of lost its tip a little while ago, so it's sitting over in the soon-to-be junk brush area of my brush rack as I further destroy that. Yeah. I've talked about brushes a lot, so I won't bore all the people who've listened to me talk about brushes before. But yeah, the TLDR is Raphael's generally my go-to. But I've tried a lot of brushes over the pandemic because I got bored and wanted to figure out what was good. So I also have this chunky brush that I use for chunky tasks. Nice. Yeah, I think I finally figured out how to clean my brushes a little bit better. That doesn't like, oops. I say that as I have left paint on that brush. Maybe I can just, I don't know, maybe someone can like give me better pointers on my brush cleaning. We can wrap up the stream with that since we're almost done with this little bits. Yeah, we definitely need to, I'm probably not going to get too finagly with this gold since we're going to be touching up the metal that's behind it. And this is on the back, so of course the back looks so much better than the front. God damn it. Okay, is there any other gold on her? I guess there's that gemstone on her forehead. Those I think I'll paint steel. She has these earrings, I'm not sure. Oops. She's fallen way back. There we go. Not sure if the earrings should be gold or something else. Let's thin some of this down a bit. Just do a few glazes. Yeah, I mean, that's what the pros do, right? Even on like my gaming minis, like there is a focus side and there's a non-focus side, and the non-focus side just gets like the bare minimum. So, all right, Sammy. Okay. But yeah, I mean, especially the back, because so here's the little base that I've got going on for her. It looks kind of stupid without her on it, but I swear it looks better with her on it. I put her on it at the beginning of the stream for the audience of me. Yeah. Yep. Here, speaking of Sphera, here's the last project we did on stream. Yeah, we got the last couple projects we did. Just for the raiders who may have not been here before. So this was the last one we did. This is the Dwarf Miner from Spira Mirabilis. He's a little dusty at the moment. Because we finished him a couple weeks ago and I haven't dusted him because I'm terrible. Yeah, I wanted to mess with some OSL. This is my second Spira bust that I painted. The one before that was the Ronin and Child, or Kappa and Ronin. Yeah, this is a fun piece. Got to mess with some lighting. This was the first spear that I ever bought, so. And then this is Helene. Yeah, Ronan's a really fun model. I enjoyed that a lot. I'm not like 100% happy with the result I got on him. I don't have him anymore because I gave him to. It was a gift for my sister. Like I learned a lot on that model though. I was happier with the Kappa than I was with the Ronin though. But this is Helene from Black Crow. And I did paint the back a little bit, so. Oops. And then, but like you can see on Dwarf Miner, especially because of the lighting, the back just got like colors. And that's about it. Yeah. Yeah. Fun stuff. Yeah, I got here. Let me open my drawer and we can see how many spears I've got. I bought every one since the Dwarf Miner because I skipped the one that came up with Dwarf Miner. I'm forgetting her name, but it's the witch with the frog jumping out of the cauldron. Yeah, I skipped that and then I regretted it. So I buy all of them now, even if I'm kind of lukewarm about it, because I almost always turn around on them. Like the one I was most lukewarm on, I think, was probably the troglodyte, but I still like the model. Yeah, we got all sorts of things. Yeah. So this is speaking of the goblin. There's the boy. I'm very excited for this one. Nice. Yeah, goblin works great. 7 dwarves. I'm saving until I get a little bit better. But it's just such a lovely sculpt. Sorry about the glare. This is definitely going to be like maybe a gift for my mom or something at some point. We got the Merlins. We got the Balosaurus. We got the Troglodyte. We got... Is that it? I got the Orc Hunter on the way. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all of them. Oh dear. Everything's jammed. Oh no. Can we close this? I got too many minis. There we go. We got it. We're good. Yeah. So I was actually looking at someone's paint job of that today. Yeah. I think so. There's 2 paint jobs of it that I like a lot. There's Dave Cowell's, or David Cowell. I think it's just Dave Cowell on Instagram and Putty and Paint. He did a version of it where like each dwarf is a different like primary color for like their outfit, and I just kind of like the simplicity of that and just like how clean it looks. And also it's Dave, so he just does really good paint jobs. And then Ben Comets, his version of the dwarves has like a window projected onto it, like they're standing near a window waiting for Snow White to come back, and it like has the window frame projected over them, and it's very good. Yeah. The reason why I was looking at that is Pedro Fernandez released a new figure today that's like a vampire lady bust, and I was like, oh, it'd be cool if you did like she's inside, like it's at night, and you have like the window projected over her. So I was like pulling that up for reference. Yeah. So we're just going to do a little bit of cleanup on some of these gold spots, and then we will call it a night. Yeah. I'm going to cut myself off at 11:30, which is 6 minutes from now, for anyone who's not in my time zone. So the ones that I spam a lot in are the Kingdom Death Discord. So I paint lots of Kingdom Death. Here, I'll grab some Kingdom Death. Here. Here, I'll grab the piece that maybe more people know me by. I think more people know this. If you look this figure up, it's one of the first results that comes up, but the owl. Alright, Sammy. Thanks for hanging out and chatting. I will see you hopefully later this week. Oh wow, it's very dusty. Yeah, here's the owl, the blushing owl from Kingdom Death. The reason why I'm holding it funny is because I still haven't glued it in after a long time. But yeah. I'm also in Eric Swinson's Discord. Post there quite a bit. Okay. And anyways, I'll just show more Kingdom Death stuff because I enjoy it. I am in Sergio's. I don't post there often, but I am in Sergio's. Wait. I think I know your name now. Monument, I think, is where you probably know me from. Right? Wait, let me see. Let me see. Oh, it doesn't let me search because I'm in streamer mode. So I can't search for names. Yeah. Monument I don't post in too much either, but I think I remember seeing you in like some of the like monthly challenges stuff. Yeah. That's probably it. Outside of that, there's the Dirty Paint Water Inn, which is Ben Layton's Discord. And then there's a new one I joined, which is Painting Minis Together, which one of my friends started. And it's a pretty nice little community. Yeah, I mostly just kind of lurk in the Monument one at the moment. There's a lot of chatter. But it's a nice little community. I'm mostly waiting for them to do some new challenges, I think, that are something that I want to do. The last few haven't been something that I want to push myself to do, so I just haven't done them. I'm also in the Craftful one, but again, same story as Sergio. I don't post there much. I used to post there every now and then, but oops, I shouldn't have picked up the L because then I got dust in my eye. Sounds like got a lot of dust in my eye. Okay. Yeah, their Discord used to be a lot smaller, but then they got like the Squidmore bump and a bunch of people joined, which is good for them, but just was a lot of people. And I have to kind of limit myself to which Discords with lots of people that I post in and pay attention to, otherwise I'll go insane. So I've chosen Kingdom Death to be my main shitpost area, and then Ben's Discord I try to pay attention to. Yeah, I've just, it's like he reorganized the whole thing lately, and it's just like even more crazy. But I do enjoy seeing like all these creators that I follow and support like get bigger, like even if it means like I may not participate as much in the community. Like it's nice to see people succeed. doing some final little dots and scrapes. Scriptums? I don't know what to call these. Little touch-ups. Oh, bye, viewers. Fantastic Oregon. Oh, let's just click on this link and oh no. Oh dear. That's a bummer. Alright. So, still don't know what I'm going. Well, actually, here. Before we do wrap up, let's see if we can make the front gold look a little bit better. Let's do it centered. Would be a better idea. Okay. Good enough for now. So yeah. Thanks. Yeah. I don't know if I'm following you or not, so I'll check that after as well and give a follow back and all that good stuff. So I remember there was some Discord where everyone posted socials and then we all, hey, thanks for the follow on here as well. I think that's 300. We'll see. So that's nice if it is. Otherwise, we're still one away. Yep. But anyways, I think we will stop there for tonight. So here we can, yeah, there we go, 300. Awesome. Yippee. Because I want to stop because A, it's getting late. Well, yeah, I'm wrapping up, but yeah, thank you. Yeah, glad you guys came over and all the rated and all that stuff. But here's what the model's looking like so far. The base is just airbrushed. I'm gonna do like actual brush stuff. But yeah, have a nice evening. And yeah. So I will, now that I have this on there, I can see a couple things that I want to touch up. I know I keep saying we're gonna wrap up and we're 2 minutes after I said I was gonna stop. But that's okay. Okay. Thanks. Yeah, we still got a few more bits to do, a lot of cleanup to do, but I'm enjoying it so far. So we still got the bow, the quiver, her hair, and details on the face, a lot of little stitching stuff, and then just general cleanup. Like there's some bits on the cloak that I want to smooth out a little bit. This thing that we keep talking about, the steel part on that, I'm not a huge fan of, so we'll be dealing with that. And obviously the base needs to be painted up still, or touched up, sharpened up, all that good stuff. But yeah, she's about to fall out and die because she's not glued in there. Yeah, liking how it's all coming together. So, thank you all very much for coming by and hanging out. And to those of you who chatted, and to those of you who didn't chat, I appreciate everybody. But we did say we were going to talk about how I brush clean now. And people can yell at me if I'm doing it badly or not. But before I would just like swirl it around here until I got enough on there that I could rub it on my hand. But now I just kind of dig in with the metal part, just pick up some stuff and then rub it in my hand. And that seems to make it easier to clean safely. So hopefully the tips of my brushes will stay good longer. And I do like this brush glue from Monument, speaking of Monument, quite a bit. The Master's brush soap is also good. I do think that this does like a slightly better job though. So if you ever pick up stuff from Monument and you're looking for something else to add to your cart, highly recommend. Okay, my eye doesn't feel like it's dying anymore, so that's good. Sorry for talking rushedly and Crazily, I was trying to not like sneeze uncontrollably or gouge my eye out. So, but everything's better now. So, let's see if we can find somebody to raid. Let's see, Drax is online. We got Wombat Combat, but he's playing a game. And JT Stark is also online. Let's go raid. I'll see what everyone's doing before we... Yeah, JT's painting tonight. Let's go raid him. Yeah. So like I said, I will be streaming again on Wednesday, unless something pops up. I won't be streaming on my normal Friday slot. It's possible I might stream earlier in the day on Friday. We'll see how I feel. And how busy work is and all that stuff. But yeah, otherwise Wednesday and Sunday. So I'll see you all later. Let's go. Well, I have to start the raid and then it's gonna count down. And then we can go raid. And then I can say goodbye. We still have a few seconds. So now we can just sit here awkwardly. And now we can raid. So I'll see you all next time. Alright. Bye.